Agora Consulting Partners has developed several apps for Project Online. This video will introduce the Stakeholder Manager app. The Stakeholder Manager allows you to configure user pick lists that are based on user groups within Project Online, which can be extremely useful when you want to dynamically populate a drop-down list of names that can act as approvers for a new project idea or an approver for any step in a workflow. This app can also be used for simply entering basic project information while eliminating the possible data entry errors related to generating lists of users. These pick lists can be single or multi-select. Before we take a look at the app, I'd like to highlight that most of this demo will be related to the one-time configuration that an administrator would do to set up the app. Using the Stakeholder Manager from an end-user perspective is just a matter of selecting from a user pick list similar to any other custom field associated with a lookup table. An administrator will need to set up custom fields for the pick list, add the Stakeholder Manager app to a PDP page, and then configure the app so that it's mapped to the custom field. Let's begin the demo to see how this is done. From the PWA homepage, I'll navigate to the Server Settings page. On the Server Settings page, I'll access my custom fields and lookup tables. I have a custom field set up using the name Select Executive Director, which is a simple project entity text field with no formula and no lookup table associated with it. In addition, I've created another field named Executive Director, which is also a project entity text field. The first field is going to be the one I use to host the dynamic pick list of users, while the second one will be the field that gets populated once a user makes a selection. And I have another pair of fields set up for Business Sponsor that will allow me to show you more than one example. There's no limit to how many custom fields you can create and associate with user pick lists. Now that we've identified the fields, let's return to our Server Settings page and open a list of PDP pages. Many of these pages are out of the box with Project Online, and I've created a few more. You can add the Agora app to create user pick lists to any PDP page. I'll select the page titled Project Stakeholders. From the Page ribbon, I'll click Edit Page. And once I'm in the edit mode, I'll click Add a Web Part, which takes me to a list of the available web parts. And from the Agora category, I'll select the Project Online Users Picker and add it to the current page. I could leave it as is, or, in this case, I'm going to change the title of this web part by selecting the down arrow in the top right corner and choosing Edit Web Part. I can enter a custom title. Since I'm creating a pick list for the Business Sponsor and Executive Director, I'm going to title this Project Stakeholders. I can also reposition the web part to another location on the page. This is done under the Layout section by entering a different zone. Clicking OK will save my changes. You'll notice the web part has dropped down to the bottom of the page. Next, I'll need to associate my custom fields to this web part. I no longer need to be in the SharePoint page editor to configure the app, so I'll click Stop Editing and then click Modify Configuration. The Modify Configuration button will open the Apps page where I have my tiles to all the Agora apps. Selecting the Stakeholder Manager app allows me to view a list of PDP pages that have already been configured with this app. To add a new page to the list, I'll click the New button on the ribbon and then select the appropriate project detail page. The Project Stakeholder page is the one I've just added the app to, so I'll select this page and then I'll select the field that will host the pick list, and if I have two fields, I'll add both fields. For each field I've added, I need to map it to a project online security group that contains the list of users for this pick list. And then I need to select the other custom field I created that will be populated with the selected data. As an option, I can toggle the allowance of multiple names being selected. Now I'll do the same for my executive director. The executive director will also be mapped to a security group and a custom field that the data will be sent to. And now I'm ready to save my configuration. Once I click Save, the Stakeholder Manager app returns me to a list of pages that have been configured with user pick lists. Now we can see what it looks like for our end users. I'll navigate back to PWA and open up the Project Center and select one of my projects. From the Quick Launch on the left-hand side, I'll open the Project Stakeholders page, and there at the lower portion of the page is the web part for the Project Stakeholders. When I click on the button to edit details, I can select multiple business sponsors. And since I didn't toggle the option to select multiple users under Executive Director, I can only select one user. Once my selections are saved, this data will be populated in the custom fields that we mapped it to. That concludes our video on the Agora Stakeholder Manager app.